Good morning, my friend. It is Heather Dunlop. And what I want to share with you today is the difference it makes when you find a coach that is committed to your outcome. So, I want to share a little story to kind of explain the difference here. And I'm going to go way back. I'm going to go back to high school and junior high when I joined the track team. So, when I was on track let's start with high school. High school, I was on the track team, right? And I had done it in junior high, and I was not a runner at all by any means. I was very good, really good at two field events specifically, the shot put and the discus throw. And I dabbled in everything else. And what happened was, as we went to meets and stuff, it'd be like, Heather, we need someone to participate over here in the high jump. Sure, I'll do it just to participate so that my teammates could. Heather, we need somebody over here to run the 4x400. Okay, I'll do it so that my friends can participate. But my specifics, my goal, what I wanted for me was to do well in shot put and discus throw, especially discus throw. I just loved it, absolutely loved it. And I wanted to be the absolute best that I could. And here's what happened, my coach in high school, she was a long distance runner. So she knew how to run long distances. So she would go out with the girls that were running, the mile, and she would go out and practice with them, and she'd go on the long training runs with them. And the rest of us would be left at the track going, okay, here's your workout for the day, go do it. And yes, we could go do it and we could practice, and we wound up helping each other because we could see what was going on. But here's the difference, we didn't have a coach that really had that eye to see what the difference would make, to motivate us, to also bind us together as a team. So when we were all out there doing our own things, yes, we were getting in the practice, but when it came down to the track meet, we didn't always do as well as we had the ability to do because we hadn't been coached. You know who did extremely well? Those long distance runners. Why did that happen? Because the coach was with them all the time. She was able to see, she was able to keep them inspired. She was able to give them feedback on their form and when to hold back so that in the end they still had the energy to finish and finish strong. But the rest of us, eh. Fortunately, I had in junior high, so I'm going to go back to the coach that I still love to this day. In junior high, I had a coach on my track team. I first joined track when I was in seventh grade in the junior high, and he spent time with all of us. And he didn't just spend time with us, even though it's something that he did not compete in when he was, competing. He studied it, and he studied it so well that he could point out to me exactly where I needed to put my elbow to get the right angle for when I released my discus. That, how to work the circle to get up the most speed and momentum so that when I did release the discus, it was going to go as far as it possibly could. How to make sure I kept my shoulder and my arm back. How I even held the discus in my hand. And when I was in junior high, you know what happened? I broke school records. I set meet records. I set large competition records because I had a coach who was invested in the outcome that I wanted. He was there for everybody. Nobody felt left behind. Nobody felt ignored. Nobody felt like there were other favorites on the team because he had the ability to work with each of us in our skill set. And it's amazing looking back now. It's like, oh my gosh, how did he do that? Because we were all competing. Like, you had girls running the 100 versus girls running the quarter, the 800, and the mile, all different disciplines, all with different ways to practice and go about that and bring that about in your life. And then there were the long jumpers, and then there were the high jumpers. And then there were me and my couple of friends who did shot put and discus. Completely different skills, completely different goals and outcomes. We all wanted to compete. We wanted to compete well, and he helped us do that. He kept us inspired while giving us the skills to exceed. And that's why in junior high, I did extremely well. And then when it came to high school and we were kind of left floundering in practice, we didn't have the focus to do well when it came to meet day. Yes, we still did well because there were a couple of us that were up there practicing those two events that motivated each other. And we actually competed. Like when I was, as a sophomore competing against the seniors, she motivated me and she would help me because she had been doing it longer and she had a different coach prior to this. So, and we would go to meets and we would meet up with the same girls from other schools and we would all motivate each other to do well. It was amazing. But it wasn't because of the coach I had at that time. So I want to share with you, when you are looking to create the life you want, to live out your desired life, to live out your vision life, and you want someone to help you get there who can see things that you can't necessarily see, then that's what you want, is a coach who is committed to your outcome. And I can tell you there's a difference between the way other people coach and the way I coach. I'm being trained in the neuro coach certification. And what that means is I see what's going on and I help you understand what's happening in your brain and the thoughts in your brain and the old beliefs in your brain, how we can actually remove them while at the same time implanting new beliefs to get you to where you want to go. You see, what worked for me, I understand, is not necessarily what's going to work for you in the same exact way. Why? Because we all got here on a different path. And I'm going to take you from the path where you were traveling to the path you want to travel, the one you want to go down to reach your desired life and your vision life. So if this is resonating with you and you want to take this a level deeper, just comment transform, the word transform, in the comments down below, or send me a direct message. And let's get together and have a chat about how we can make this happen for you, because I am that coach that is committed to your outcome and getting to you to where you want to go. This is Heather Dunlop. Always remember, you have strength within you.